everyone, I am the Dragon Skull, and welcome back to Coffee Talk 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Where we left off, we met up with Hyde again. He's finally returned, and we served him some tea that he didn't really like that much, but it didn't ruin the perfect playthrough that I'm doing, so that's good. Georgie came back, we gave him back his lighter, but he ended up accidentally leaving it behind again, so I have to give it back to him a second time once he comes back. Now we're on day 6, and today's newspaper reads, Inu Mimi and werewolves may share common ancestry, archaeologists say. Inu Mimi? I don't know what that is. Lionfish invasion decrees a successful trial. Oh yeah, previous newspaper said something about lionfish. Countries to block foreign entry amidst unknown livestock bacterial infection. Okay. Weather's sounding pretty bad out there. Have a look at the stories. Riona put some bad traffic at Yale Street, avoid. So I could really use a good cup of tea right now. Maybe she might come in today then and we can make her a cup of tea. Like how to make your timeline more fun. Just like everybody's posts, because why not? What else am I missing here? Bailey's. Maybe since that's shown up, that means he's gonna be coming in tonight. We've already seen his fiancée Lua, so it'll be good to see the Elfman himself again. Looks like bad weather again tonight. Let's hope it doesn't bring in bad tidings. Ah, there he is! Okay, what voice did I give him? I think I did like a slightly higher pitched version of my normal voice. But I also kind of gave that voice to Lucas as well. That's the problem with all these characters. Like, I can't... Some of them are going to end up having similar voices to others. Like, Georgie and Gala, I gave similar voices. Anyway, hopefully Lucas doesn't come in then, so it'll just be Bailey's. Anyway. I don't know. I think it's very nice. I think it's a very nice colour scheme. Oh, they're both here! The two soon-to-be newlyweds are here. Well, I don't think it's lacking. I think it's lacking something. Hey, they're both here. It's so good and damn, Bailey's is looking good. He's rocking a flannel this time. Looks good on him. I always thought green was more his colour, because he wore green a lot in the last game, but red is a good look on him too. It's just too dainty. Dainty? What would you like then? Red, black and purple? That wouldn't be the worst. Oh god, they're having an argument already. Come on guys, don't fight when you're gonna get married soon. Okay then, why not? But you have to commit to it. No take-backs this time. Bae. I don't know. Maybe. Let's take a break from the topic. I only have time for a quick drink before I go back to work. And it's not like we're going to decide now anyway. Maybe that's the point. How are we supposed to plan this wedding if we keep postponing every choice we need to make? Hey Dragon Skull, Hey Dragon Skull, what do you think? Pale green, lilac and daffodil yellow, or red, black and purple? Bae, don't put Dragon Skull on the spot. No, it's quite alright. It's just that I wouldn't know. This is your wedding. Your opinions matter, not mine. they're both clearly unhappy with my answer. They need a tiebreaker. Trouble is, we don't know what our opinions are, and we think we do. And when we think we do, we change our mind. It's like the centerpieces. Oh please, can we not talk about that now? I really thought we agreed on the cute cottagecore ones. The ones you spotted on Tomodachi. I mean, they were your pick in the first place. They were, but they were also too expensive. We have to be realistic. But weddings in general are expensive. Yeah, that's true. I've only ever been to like one wedding in my whole life, and that was actually last year in summer when I went to Greece. A very two close friends of mine got married. It was the only wedding I've ever been to. Although technically there was one other that I went to, but I was only like 1 year old when I went, so I don't remember anything that happened in that wedding. And with all the things that went on during it, I do wonder how much it cost, because it was definitely, it must have been a lot, especially when we got booked into like a fancy hotel or to stay overnight in this part of Greece. I wouldn't know. If I ever get married one day, I don't know if I'd ever if I'd want a big fancy wedding. But if my fiance did, I wouldn't be opposed to it, because I want to make her happy. Especially when you want to have 200 guests. That's a low blow. I can't just disinvite my extended family. The key word is extended. Do you even know half these people? Oh god. When the screen goes like this, you know, like, stuff is about to go down between two characters. That's not the issue. If I invite one of them, I have to invite them all. Well, she is a succubus, so I imagine she would have a lot of siblings and cousins and stuff. It's like a domino effect. Besides, they'll be paying for part of the wedding. I think they should, and I can pull my weight. If we have to choose, I'd rather we have the beautiful things you like. Even if it means we have fewer guests. Well, if my family's not chipping in, we might not be able to afford either. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't want our wedding to just be a random meal with a bunch of people we're not even that close to. And I said I'll make sure we can afford a dream wedding. Or die trying. I don't want you to. Saved by the bell. That's work. I really can't linger. I think I'll have that drink now, Dragon Skull. Of course. What can I get you? Something that will keep me awake. I still have work to do, and my head hurts. So I guess strong coffee would be good. And with a nice spicy kick, please. Any preference on the spicy kick? No, any strong coffee with spice will do. Right, okay, so 2 coffee and a ginger. Doesn't look like we got some new stock in, but we definitely got more ginger, because we were all out of ginger in the last episode. Is that the right drink? It sure is. Okay, I don't need to give her any items, so let's just serve it. Oh wait, I should have made the wrong drink, because there's an achievement I can get in this game if I make the wrong drink and then bin it. Okay, when Bailey's asks for a drink, that's when I'll do it. Speaking of drinks, we've unlocked one. And let's have a look at Tomodachi. We've unlocked more of Lua's profile. Her self-summary. Votre am est un passage is quote. I cannot read or pronounce French. And I'm gonna stop trying because I feel like I'm gonna offend my French viewers. I do not know French. I don't even know if that was French. It looked French to me. And a Jahi Turbruck for the lady. Oh, an oldie goodie. It's perfect. I can feel myself relaxing already. What's with Bailey's face? What? You're weird. That thing doesn't smell relaxing to me at all. Well, at least they're smiling again. You're weird. I guess we're both weird. Oh, someone else just came in. Who is it this time? That we are. Also, that thing on Bailey's shirt, it kind of reminds me of the tablet of Akhman-Ra from Night at the Museum. I'm not the only one who's getting those vibes, am I? Oh, Hyde is back. Wasn't expecting to see him back the next day. Hey, my lovely weirdo. My perfect misfit. If I remember right, like I mentioned in the last video that I did, that the last episode, that in the previous Coffee Talk game, Hyde gave Lua some advice that would eventually lead to the two of them finally just getting together as a couple and making their relationship work. I wonder how he feels now that his advice has paid off. This is so much better. It really is. Have I mentioned I love your smile? Oh wait, no, it wasn't Lua he gave advice to, it was Bailey's he gave advice to. Gala was the one who gave Lua advice. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I need to go back and watch my original Coffee Talk Let's Play. I keep saying I will, but I always forget to. Have I mentioned I love your smile? Never enough. That's his response? Come on, Hyde, don't be so rude. Ugh, disgusting. I'm going to need something real spicy to wash this down. And I'd love to serve it to you, oh Hyde. If Bailey's doesn't want to order, that is. Hyde, sorry, didn't hear you come in. Yeah, I know. You were too busy doing whatever you were doing. Hey, Hyde. Go ahead, get yourself a drink. I can wait. I'll stick here for a while anyway, until Lua properly gets off work. Alright then. Did you hear me, Dragon Skull? Spicy is the name of the game. Any preference on the spice or the base? Nope, just make sure it's got a spicy kick for something, or something, then double it. Okay. I need hibiscus and 2 ginger. But before I do that, I'm going to make a completely random drink and then I'm going to bin it just so I can get the achievement for that. It's an easy achievement, so I might as well. Let's just do 3 coffee. I just need to make sure I don't serve it by accident. An espresso. Alright, trash. Okay. Oh yeah, I turned off notifications for achievements because they always make a big black blurry block in my videos, so I won't know for certain until I have actually checked myself. All right, now let's do his actual drink: hibiscus and 2 ginger. Let's see what comes up. Zobo. That's a cool name for a drink, and it looks pretty cool as well. Also, isn't that the name of a DC character who was like a bounty hunter? Isn't he called Zobo? I don't know. I think he was the one who fought Ghost Rider in Death Battle. Right, serve. Let's see how he likes it. Hopefully he'll like it better than the other one, the drink I made him last time. I need to read these descriptions for all the drinks I'm unlocking. I never do. Traditional Nigerian drink with an invigorating ginger kick supported by cloves and pineapple. By this point, I've unlocked so many drinks that if I sat here and read through all of the description for them, I would be here all day and I wouldn't get anything done. So I'm just gonna quickly check Domadachil. Read his self-summary. Part of Lost Angels Agency, old enough yet still seeking the truth and purpose of life. Good for him. I felt up for a challenge, so try this. If you don't like hibiscus in this, as you never will. Let's see if you cracked the hide code. Well, I was right ahead of myself there. Well, this is kinda troublesome, Dragon Skull. You know me a little too well. Oh, so he likes it. Ah, so I take it this works for you. This is a perfectly executed Zobo, if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made a good use of your ginger resupply. So you knew I couldn't get it right last time. Forgive an old man his old man jokes. Anyhow, this is the only acceptable way to drink hibiscus. I used to have a friend in Lagos who made me a Zobo like this. Every time I visited. She lived near the harbour. We would sit down and drink it and watch the boats float by. That sounds lovely. She was a good friend. She isn't anymore? When you've got a vampire's lifespan, friends come and go. I can imagine. Imagine like just being immortal or having a really, really long lifespan, and you're friends with people who have normal lifespans, and they just come and go, and you get to know them, and then they get older than you, and then they die, and then you move on to the next. Same could be said for relationships too. Like your partner would just be an old woman while you still be young. Immortality is not a gift, it is a curse. That's sad. You get used to it. Isn't this where you say something about enjoying each moment even more? Or grief being the price you pay for love? I'm afraid it's a lot more mundane than that. Some things you forget. And for others, you just get better at moving on. Anyway, speaking of enjoying the moment, your family troubles have sorted themselves out, yes? Another notification. It's Rachel on her stories. Rachel, Dad just found a missing photo album of my childhood, and I can only wish you can see how cute I am as a kid. Aw, I want to see it now. I want to see her as a kitten. I bet it would look so cute. There we go. Don't know why the like button is so finicky on this thing. Speaking of the like button, you guys should click the like button on this video right now. It would really help out the channel a lot. And while you're at it, click the subscribe button as well. It doesn't cost you anything, and it only takes less than a second. And also click the bell so you'll be notified on my latest videos. I usually don't say these things randomly until the end of the video, but I noticed that with certain YouTubers, whenever they say click the like button or the subscribe button, the button highlights. So I'm curious if that's going to happen now that I've said it. Probably not. I don't know how YouTube works nowadays. Still on the marriage track. They sure are. Yeah, we are. We definitely are. Not getting too bored? Not really. Turns out planning a wedding is, well, suitably entertaining. That's one way of putting it. Can't wait to be at the marriage stage of it, to be honest. Could you sound any less enthusiastic? Hey, here they go again. Good to see that some things don't change. And such a dramatic backdrop too. You can say that again. You should start serving popcorn, Dragon Skull. I'd be more enthusiastic if we didn't fight about it every single time. No, I'm not engaging with this right now. I've got to go to work anyway. Right. And I'm going to have a drink. Bye, Dragon Skull. Bye, Hyde. See ya. Seems like these two still have some problems in their relationship, but they've gotten past the hurdles of being a couple. The next hurdle, though, is, well, preparing to be husband and wife. Now, I wonder what the next hurdle is going to be for them. It's probably going to be like the decision on whether they have kids or not. Because since he's an elf and she's a succubus, they'd probably have like a mixed breed child. I do wonder. It is interesting. Like so far in this game and the previous one, we haven't encountered any people who are of mixed race. I'm very curious what they'd be like a half human, half succubus, or half elf, half dwarf, or something like that. It would be interesting. Or a half werewolf, half cat girl. Hopefully, later episodes will explore all these. Ugh. What can I make you? What can I make you, Mr. Baileys? I think something warm, sweet, and comforting, please. A hot chocolate, perhaps? Yes, chocolate with honey and milk could work. Hot chocolate with honey and milk, that sounds like a weird combination, but at the same time, I'm very curious to try it, because I love hot chocolate and I love honey. I guess trying them both together wouldn't be the weirdest combination I've had in my life. Right, so chocolate, honey, and milk. I don't even need to look at the walkthrough for this one, because he clearly said what he wants. Right, where's the chocolate? Ah, it's right here, cocoa powder. Okay, chocolate, honey, and milk. Here's the honey and the milk. A Chocobi Miruku. Oh, that looks nice. I like the little heart it's got on it. And serve. Items. I think this is like our first hot chocolate drink. Sweet, nourishing, healthy chocolates. We've unlocked some Bailey's profile. His birthday is 10th of August, freelance designer and #1 pumpkin spice fan. There we go. A Chocobi Miruku do for you. Perfect. This feels so good, Dragon Skull. It means a lot that you're always looking out for all of us. On a miserable night like this, it's heartwarming. But of course, you're a valid customer. I hope Lua didn't get too soaked. You do care a lot about her. Of course I do. Then why all the fighting? You tell me. This wedding is bringing out the worst in us. Since we started out the situation with my family... Oh, since we sorted out, not started. Yeah, sorted, it said. You mean since you cut them off? Yeah, since I stopped talking into their judgmental faces. Lou and I haven't fought about anything. Until now. Every time we try to organize this thing, it's like we become different people. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. What do you want from this wedding? How do you mean? It's not complicated. I'm just asking what you want. If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Lua is there, but that's about it. That's not a bad start, in truth. But if you don't have specific expectations, why don't you just let her do what she wants? You make it sound so easy. I want her to have what she wants. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tomodachi. Every wedding picture she's pinning online. All the places she finds cool, all the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all that, to have a special day. But every time I make a suggestion, she won't hear of it. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. Is it? Too much, too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding, just because I'm estranged from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves. A proper princess wedding. You're a remarkably presumptuous young man. Mr. Hyde? No, that's alright. I know Hyde helped Lua back in the day. If she got something to say, I want to hear. Ah, it was Lua he was talking to. I was right the first time then. Gala was the one talking to Bailey's. Why do I think it was the other way round? Okay, so I was right the first time. That's all that matters. Good, because I was going to say it, whether you like it or not. You're sitting here, going on about everything Lua should want, as if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone. No, especially when you love someone. You should never presume to know what they need. Lua is the only one who can tell her what Lua wants. But that's exactly the problem. When I ask her, she says she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. It's not going to help if you pressure her with 1,000 suggestions a minute. Or if you try to force her into some sort of princess wedding, just to make you feel good about yourself. He does have a point there, Baileys. But what if we take so long that we reach old age, and we're still not married? If you reach old age, you're still together, married or not. Again, he makes a good point. A lot of couples that I know who aren't even married and they're happy together. Like, only 2 friends I know who got married last year that I mentioned. Well, they're the only ones I know who got married. Everyone else I know, they're in relationships for quite a while now, but they never thought of tying the knots. And as to me, like, if I ever was in a relationship, I wouldn't I would be happy not being married, but if she wanted to be married, then I would also be happy to be married as well. As long as she's in my life, that's all that matters. I think that counts as a win. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on your skewered idea of what Lua's wedding should be. That sounds pretty sad to me. Listen to him. He's had many, many years of life experience. He knows what he's doing. He's a very wise vampire. Well, that wasn't pleasant to hear, Baileys. But it also wasn't wrong. Give her time and figure out what I want, and her. Sounds so simple. Should have thought about that before, I guess. You're not bad at this tough love thing, are you, Hyde? Perhaps I should consider a career in couples counselling. That would be something. I'd like to see that. That doesn't sound nearly as much fun as modelling. Doesn't it? Modelling gets old after a while. I thought you were having a good time in LA. I was. Until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contract with the agency just in case. But there aren't many modelling jobs to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? Go back to my mafia dwarf buddies, of course. Come on, I'm obviously kidding. Are you? Here. I wouldn't go back to them. I'd go back to being chased by them. I like Hyde. He's definitely up there with one of my favourite characters from both games. Like him and Gala are definitely like among my top 5. As for who my other favourite characters are, I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to think. I like Riona so far. She's really cool. I like her story. I like Silver. I said Neil, but he's not Neil anymore. He's Silver. He's good. So that makes 4. That's my 5th favourite. Probably Freya. I liked her a lot from the first game. It is a shame she hasn't shown up yet for this one. Besides, I checked in on them, and everyone I used to find entertaining has retired now. Meanwhile, their grandkids manage the whole enterprise, like it's some sort of startup. Are we seriously talking about the Mafia right now? That's for me to know, and for you to wonder about. Mr. Hyde likes to play a little. Guilty as charged. I can't help it. When I see an earnest face, I have to tease it. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with managing things like a startup? That sounds like a pretty efficient approach, right? You young people. Impatient in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. I want them done right. Maybe you should go into slow fashion. Or fine arts if you paint with oils, that'll take some proper time. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago. But my style isn't trending nowadays. Too much chiaroscuro lighting. I don't know if I said that right. Probably said it wrong. And putting blue in skin tones isn't novel anymore. If you're insinuating that you're Rembrandt, shh. If my mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. You're always joking around, Hyde. But for all that you don't sugarcoat your advice, you're a pretty great listener. I hope you also have people who listen to you. I'm moving here to be closer to them. What was that? Nothing. I believe your phone's ringing. Ah, it's Lua. She's done with work for the day, finally. I'm in a hurry to leave here, Mr. Baileys? No, not at all. But I am looking forward to going home. And keeping bickering. Shouldn't that be and keep bickering? And keep bickering. Nah, I don't think so. I had an epiphany just now. Must be something in the drink. I'm going to leave the topic alone for a little while. Good elf. Enjoy your night then. I think I will. Thanks, Hyde. And thanks, Dragon Skull. Of course. Have a good night, Mr. Baileys. And once again, it's just me and Hyde. Mr. Hyde? What was that about the Mafia and modelling and fine arts? Are you genuinely considering a career change? All I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. I know old man Georgie said this area is safe, and it's a bit of a pile of junk. But it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story. It's quite a story indeed. But I'll make it short, because it's getting pretty late. I got this car many moons ago, back when Gala was my bodyguard. That's right, that's how they met. Gala was his bodyguard before he became a nurse. I had been stuck in Seattle for a while, working day in and day out. At some point, I decided that I needed a proper break. But, you know Gala, he's a bit of a stickler for the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job, not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? Aha, you know me well, Dragon Skull. Some friends and we decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual thing. I waited until Gala was sound asleep. Then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet, hide-shaped. That's like the oldest trick in the book. And I snuck out of the hotel room. There was only one problem. Gala was my chauffeur as well. He had your car keys. He had my car keys. And I wasn't about to poke the bear wolf. Bear wolf instead of werewolf. So I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could find. I only intended to keep it for the night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and we drove to a lovely spot with a view. For the sort of action which I admit might appear ambiguous from the outside, but to me was very enjoyable indeed. We were right in the thick of it when suddenly we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gala? The wolf himself. He peers inside, then he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of froze, and then he says, "How dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde?" Opens the door and tosses my dates outside. Mr. Hyde, You're not winding me up, are you? Oh, Dragon Skull, I wish. Sorry, it still sends me into a fit just to think about it. He Princess carried me out of the car, if you can believe that. That's a conscientious bodyguard if I ever heard of one. Right? Truly earning his yearly bonus. I didn't even have the chance to explain the situation. At least not until he removed my gag. Damn! God damn! Hyde was into some kinky stuff back in the day. God, just learning more about him, he's climbing higher on my favourite characters list. He might overthrow Gala in a bit. In fact, he probably already has. I like him. Gala acted like he was angry, but in reality he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, whom I had to pick out of the grass. Poor Gala. Tisk, Dragon Skull. I see where your allegiance lies. Personally, I say poor me. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. But I couldn't be angry at Gala, even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. He didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, though. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that was before he discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere, in a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So, he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my car keys back. I got stuck with this old thing you can see outside. And the worst of it is, if you can believe it, I decided as a grand gesture to chauffeur him around in it. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end, for whatever reason. My car collection has had some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. I must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over. It's kind of like that, the story about that boat, that Greek ship. Like, you replace parts of it, but once you've replaced every part, is it the same ship, or is there a different ship entirely? The same thing can be said about his old car. And it's very banged up. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. I remember in WandaVision, Vision used that same logic on the White Vision. I wonder whatever happened to the White Vision. He only appeared once in WandaVision, and he's still alive, we all know that, but he just left, and we haven't seen him since. And What If doesn't count because it's alternate universes. So it's non-canon with the main timeline of the MCU. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Mr. Hyde. Sentimental? That's what you took away from that story. But I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny this conversation ever took place. Still, the rain has stopped, and this is my cue to go, before I lose all my remaining cred. I hope the car is safe and sound. So do I. And Dragon Skull? Yes? Nah, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Mr. Hyde. I thought he was going to threaten me. He was like, if you tell that story to anyone, I will drink your blood, because I'm a vampire. And safe journey home. Alright, and that's the end of day 6. The Spiced Lady, a British chocolate drink with extremely popular in the 90s. I like it. I like that it's got a little Union Jack on it. I would definitely try a drink like that, if it even exists. I assume that almost every drink in this game exists in real life. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. That was really a fun one to do. Didn't take as much of a toll on my throat as this time because all the characters in this one were easy to voice, especially Hyde and Bailey's, since I didn't have to put in too much effort for them. Yeah, I think it's definitely safe to say that Hyde is now my favourite character in this game. Because, well, I like his personality. He's a vampire because I do find vampires cool. I do like that he has centuries of wisdom. I definitely like it when he revealed he had that kinky story with the old car. That was fun. I also like the voice I do for him. It's the one I enjoy doing the most out of all these characters. Because some characters are definitely harder to voice than others. Since we've seen him twice now, I doubt he'll be coming in on this day. Guess we'll find out who'll be coming in next time. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And I will see you all next time. Peace.